Okay, so for all those who would watch my Zoom recording, we're just starting out, and my question was around how many times have we told that I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, I do not deserve this, I look pathetic, my health sucks, it's okay, nothing will work for me, I don't get support when I do something. So most of the times, because of the everyday, every minute, frequently, 100%, yes, all totally right. So it is all because of the social cultural beliefs that each of us have been raised with. Now, most of you over here, I assume that are from my ethnicity, which probably is Indian background. So while I totally appreciate women from other background who are over here too, but especially from our culture, from our background, as children, we have always been raised to want to be perfect in everything that we do, be it in school that we go, in any games that we participate, in any studies that we pick up, anything that we do, any extracurricular activities that we do. One, what we are looked at is, are we perfect in that? And I do not know even till date what perfection is. So there is nothing as such perfection that exists, because there is always a scope of improvement to anything and everything that we do. However, the word perfect is so commonly used as we are raised as children, and that which probably we are inculcating in the next generation, which is our children, our niece, nephews, etc., that if it is not perfect, and whatever that level of perfection is, we look at the imperfections and think, no, it's not worth it. Whatever effort I have put up until now, it's not worth it. And it also goes back with respect to your health. You get into some dietary pattern, you do gymming, and then you go to gym, you sweat it out, you do over there, and then after a week or 10 days, you see you're really sweating out, you're struggling, but still there are several things that are probably hanging here and there, and you're like, no, this is not working for me. Most of the times what happens is, in the quest of wanting to be perfect, we forget to embrace and enjoy the journey, that which we should actually do. How many of us over here would want to, would have in your life, I would say, in any matter, think of one particular topic that you would have achieved in your life. Probably, let's talk about an examination that you would have passed, or something significant that you would have done. Through the course of the journey, have you ever thought, or have you ever told yourself, wow, this is beautiful, I'm loving this journey, this is so good, this is how I want it to be? Or were you stressed about what the end result is going to be? Am I actually going to get through? Will this happen the way I want? What happens if it doesn't happen in that way? What happens if I fail? What happens? The questions that revolve around, what if totally kills the entire journey that you would have taken. Stressed up always, I love what you said, stressed up always, that we forget to embrace the journey. And with how we have been raised today, probably women over here, women and men over here whom I'm liaising with, you're probably in your early 30s, mid 30s, early 40s, late 40s, early 50s, late 50s, doesn't matter. But through the course of your journey, with the way we have been raised, the social environment that we have always been into, the friend circle that we have been into, our own parents, they're amazing, there is no doubt. But there has been instances in our life where we have thought, things do not work for me, I do not look good, I suck, my relationship sucks, be it with your partner or anybody for that matter. And have we ever tried to understand why we say that? Why we say that, rather than saying things do not work for me? Has anybody ever tried to understand, all right, thing is not working for me in my favor. What is it that I can do? Step back and think, what is it that I can do? How can I make it work for me? It's very difficult, but that which probably will allow you to identify a path. Now, and why does this happen? Why does this happen? We always speak about it doesn't go in our way, we do not look good. It's because of that craving of the inner child that exists. Now, how many of you over here understand the concept of inner child? Do you even believe that there is something called inner child that exists in us? I'm not speaking about your own child. I'm speaking about in us. We did go through the journey yesterday. We touched that we touched that child in us. But do you believe in that concept, or do you know that there is something called as the inner child within us? Yes, I believe. Yeah. So as you keep pouring your responses, so each of us, if you look at any particular one, subconsciousness, not necessarily subconsciousness, it is we as a human being have physically grown, no doubt about it. But in us, there is still that little girl or boy who exists, who needs the same attention that we probably give our own children. But because of the responsibilities that we have taken, yesterday only I spoke to a cute little girl, beautiful. So because of the responsibilities that we have taken, that we have shouldered ourselves, that which we think that we have to own and be responsible for, we have kind of submerged, or I wouldn't even mind saying, killed that inner child within us. And that's the reason when probably your child eats a chocolate and there is this craving of, I also want to eat, you're like, that's okay, he's a child, let him or her eat. I can eat later. Right? Does this resonate with you? That child in us, it speaks to you every now and then. It is up to us for us to understand if we want to give it an ear, or if we want to have that deaf ear and cover ourselves, not wanting to listen. So when the inner child as such is left out with the cravings, with the thought that, you have now physically grown up, you do not have the authority, or you are not allowed to have those cravings or have those thoughts in yourself, it is at that point in time that the victim in us evolves. And we go back to the mindset that we spoke yesterday. That's the 4 levels of consciousness, the to me consciousness, that things happen to me, or, I'm not good enough, and all of these thoughts that which come to us. Now, that said, I would also lovingly ask each one of you, do you seek validation? How many of us over here seek validation? Even if we think that, yeah, I look amazing, but heart of heart, do we seek validation from our partner, from our spouse, from our parents, from our children, that, there is a different joy that comes when there is this validation of, yes, you really look nice. Yes, you speak well. Yes, you are amazing. Do we seek validation? And if we seek validation, then it is again the inner child that has been submerged. The inner child that has been submerged. And that allows me to ask you, on the outside, I don't, but on the inside, I do. Yes, most of us, sometimes even I do. And this is something which is very human, very natural of us. Most expected is the validation from the spouse. Very well put. And where does this again come from? From how we have been raised as a child, what we have been told, how we have been told that it is okay for us to not have something, but to give it to somebody else, be it your elder sibling, younger sibling, friends or something. You can take it later. For now, it is important to give. So all of these, in the quest of wanting to share, we kind of put ourselves in the back end. And as we grow through the age, we put ourselves totally behind these scenes, not allowing ourselves to come and stand in front of that screen as a hero or heroine of your own life. Is this making sense? Is this making sense to you of where we are starting from with respect to the saboteur, how the sabotaging happens and why it happens? Our insecurities. And where are these insecurities coming from? Are they not something that is created by us? Are they not something that we perceive to be true? Probably it is not. Beautiful, totally agreed, right? Beautiful. So I would love. Now, please increase sound. It is difficult to hear. That's interesting. Let me quickly see. My volume looks good. So is it only Sneha? Snehal Horn, who is finding it difficult to hear, or anybody else is finding me difficult to hear? Good for me. Okay. So how about viewers in Facebook? Are you guys able to hear me at all, or have I been really low? Good for me. Okay, okay, all right. So dear, you might have to increase your volume. For me, for us, I think it's good. It's probably with your phone. You might want to increase or just drop out and drop back. Anyway, that should help. Beautiful, cool. Yes. So now that said, in the quest of wanting to validate, in the quest of wanting to have that validation from outside environment, outside source, we usually get into the zone of proving ourselves. And if I can give an example of one of the amazing women that I have worked with, she's very well established, director of one of the media channels over here, and doing really, really, really well with her career, with all that she does to the community, etc. But there was something that was bothering her, something which she didn't know. She did not have any health symptoms. It was just the weight gain that she was concerned, and that also not much, probably between 5 to 7 kgs that she was thinking that she's putting weight. But there was this always thought of, is what I'm doing is sufficient? Can I do more? Is there something else that I can do? And when I worked with her on energetically understanding her knot and block to see where it is coming from, it went to the age group of 8 to 12, when she had the childhood trauma, childhood abuse by none other than her own father. Now, when I say childhood abuse, I'm not really speaking about any sexual abuse over here. I'm speaking about the verbal abuse that she used to have in her family, between her parents, and the impact that has had on her overall growing up. So anything that she did, her parents or her father always like, okay, you have just done this, what else? Or in case if she wanted to do something, she was not allowed to do that, and she was asked to do something else. So growing up in that way, she always felt that she was not worthy. She was not accepted the way she was. While she was the topper in her class, getting probably 100 out of 100 in mathematics and putting her feet in everything. Today, she's in such a place where she's actually a certified or a person who has completed law. She's the director of one of the media channels, and she's completed her NLP course, and she has done several other things, and still thinks that that is not sufficient, but for her to be able to prove her worth. So these are all the ways. This is one such example where she feels, or rather she felt, that no matter what I do, Purnima, it's not sufficient. Now, how is that impacting her? There is always this chatter in her mind of what else can she do, how to grow in life, what else can she do? Can I put my feet in this? Can I put my feet in that? Can I try this? Can I try that? Leading to extreme stress, leading to sleeplessness, leading to being in the binary consciousness of I will do it, I will do it, I will do it, absolutely breaking her down and burning out. So this is one such person whom I have liaised with, where we identified that, how actually childhood trauma, childhood abuse can have a huge impact on anything and everything that you are going through today. So when we worked with her, the duration that I worked with her, as we identified that, as we learned to release those knots and blocks through different ways that I teach in the 87 days program, this happens to every Indian child. Nobody cares what quality the child has. I agree. I agree to a certain extent, Shamli. Yeah. So when we identified all those energetic knots and blocks and worked through to release it, today, she's in a place where she's a lot more self-contented and probably uses her already existing skills that she has got to shower to the universe, to show to the universe, to help other women, men, children, or anybody else for that matter, who can succeed through her. So this is one such example that, I would definitely thought is worth quoting. And one more, I would love to give my own example of when I actually got diagnosed with thyroid. So when I got diagnosed with thyroid, it was 2015 December. That's when I got diagnosed with thyroid. And what I had thought at that point in time and up until 2019, or rather even 20, I think, was that the reason for my thyroid or my TSH levels being high is because I was pregnant. I was pregnant for the second time, and that gave rise to increased TSH levels. And I had to start take medications. I had no other go. We all know, when you're pregnant and you have high TSH, your fetus gets impacted if you don't take medication. So after taking all the medication, etc., and giving birth to the child, I went through postpartum depression. Yes, absolutely. That's lovely, Shobha. Thank you for the beautiful reminder. I was about to come there. Thank you. So after doing all of this, one fine day, I realized, and it came as a sudden lightning thought to me, that when I actually got diagnosed with thyroid, I was going through stress in my life. Extreme levels of stress. It's not just stress for per se, extreme levels of stress. I'm happy to share what happened. So it was that point of the time when in my previous organization, when I was in India, there was this beautiful girl in my office and my team who had actually raised an HR case against me. For whatever reason, she raised a HR case saying that, I'm actually breaching certain privacy policies of the organization. And that put me in a spot where I was thoroughly interrogated by the HR team for close to 1.5 to 2 months. So it is at that point in time when I was also doing my project management certification, PMP, if you girls understand what it is. And then I was doing that while on the other side, my HR interrogation was happening. And then we were having house painting too at the same time. So all of this together, I thought I can do it. I can absolutely do it. There is nothing, this is something which probably everybody faces, doing multiple things at a time. And I'm actually very masculine energy dominated. I'll explain what it means. So I thought I can do it all by myself. I don't need anybody's support. I'm happy, I'm contented. I can do everything by myself. And when I did, and of course, I got through my PMP, the house painting went on very well. And the HR case was also closed in my favor, which is all good. But that 1.5 month of time that I put myself in that stressful zone, the extreme levels of stress that I had, not knowing what would happen to the HR case, not knowing how I would complete my PMP certification, and if the painting and everything will fall in place by itself. I had put myself in so much of stress that in December, when I fell pregnant, I was actually having thyroid. It's just that my pregnancy and my thyroid, my TSH levels being diagnosed coincided. Now, this is something that I realized only in 2020 and not before that. And one more example, and like Shobha said, what is the reason? Why do you girls want to stay behind the cameras? I'm happy the way you are. You can as well show your face. You're seeing me. I would love to see you too. If you are comfortable and you're happy to put yourself on camera, come on, show your true self, be here, you're learning. So I would love to see you on camera if that is something you're open to do. So feel free to switch on that camera, and it's good to see each other's face and have that interaction rather than me speaking to you, looking at my own beautiful face. Ah, that is lovely. This is lovely. Thank you so much. Means a lot to me. Thank you so much. Beautiful. So now that is the time when I was diagnosed with thyroid. And that is something which I realized in 2020. Now, there is one more situation that I would like to portray, and that is with respect to my mom's health that I spoke yesterday, where I said she was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer overnight. So if she got diagnosed with stage 4 cancer overnight, then there has to be something that didn't work for her, isn't it? I told you she was very disciplined with her food, very disciplined with her exercises, etc. But still she was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. So when we look back, when we went and looked back in 2019, At that point in time, what I realized, what I felt is, all through my childhood, as far as I can remember, from the age when I was 8 up to the age when I was 18 or 20, my mom has always gone through a stressful life. The stressful life is not because her children were not listening to her, but because she was working, because she had other things to do. My father was posted somewhere else and she had to take care of the family all by herself. And she had to travel 160 kilometers up and down, Hyderabad to Medak, Medak to Hyderabad, every single day, having 2 kids, young kids at home, and everything that she did during that phase, and certain financial circumstances, health circumstances that she that she had on and off, all of those reasons actually put her in a zone where she manifested the cancer cells, that which is present in all of our bodies, to multiply and activate it. Now, irrespective of we want to believe or not, we agree or not, any disease and every disease in our body is a manifestation of our thoughts and the aligned actions that we take in our life. As I say this, I would love for you to tell me, or love for you to think at least for some time, because we would be working on the journey of consciousness on those lines, of when was the time, say today you're diagnosed with thyroid, PCOD, PCOS, diabetes, depression, anxiety, bloating, acidity, joint pains, anything which is not allowing you to be in your wholeness, in your fullness. Go back and identify when was the first time that you got diagnosed with. It can be 1 year back, 10 years back, 15 years back. But at that point in time, can you put yourself in that space when you got diagnosed and work to understand what is that situation in your life where you were extremely stressed, where those cortisol hormones were bombarding in your body, and you thought there is nothing you could do at that point in time but take the stress on. And later, probably 6 months later, 1 year later, or 1 month later, you were diagnosed with any of those health symptoms. I can vouch that not a single health system, single health circumstance, you will be able to disassociate from the stressful environment that you would have gone through. So this is an opportunity for you to let me know, or to let yourself know, that, okay, 4 years back, I was diagnosed with thyroid, or 4 years back, I was diagnosed with, joint pain. And when I say this, there is one amazing email that I got from a beautiful woman who said if I could address acidity, joint pains, and probably bloating or some other issue. So my point to her or to everybody is, any health circumstance, like I said earlier, is a manifestation of your thoughts. It cannot be disassociated from who you are, what you're thinking, what you're feeling over here, and how you are acting upon it. I'm seeing lots of responses. COVID stress, still suffering. Yep. Yes. And this is one more thing. In the last 2 years that we have gone through COVID pandemic, I have heard hundreds of women tell me that pandemic has played a role in shaping their health. Do you want to do a reality check on yourself and ask if pandemic did something, or if you allowed a pandemic, or that time when you could not step out, when you had COVID, when probably you were in lockdown. Melbourne was in lockdown for 18 months overall. While most of my friends binged on Netflix, Disney, and Amazon Prime, I binged on reading, studying, certifying, working on myself, and then bringing my thyroid levels from 4.12 to 3.26. There is a difference of how we respond to situations. And it again goes back to, what you perceive to be right, how you project yourself. So pandemic happened. Now we all know pandemic happened. We all know we could not do anything about it. And I cannot go and control COVID. What I can do is I can look after myself. I can look after my family. Yes, I agree, and I appreciate and I respect that several of us struggled. several of us struggle, and I totally understand that. But through that struggle, did we ever take this opportunity to see, is there something that I could do to work on myself? Or have we thought, or have we just said, pandemic has happened, it's COVID, that's the reason I am today the way I am? How easy it is for us to be able to put external factors as the reason to allow us to say that this is the state that we are in because of her, because of him. Never turned to see myself. Yeah, absolutely. I understand. Again, coming from a culture that we all belong to, we probably still live in a joint family culture, or we do have those connections established within us where we have relations, very strong relations and bond with in-laws, with parents, with extended family like my sister-in-law, brother-in-law, their family, their children, etc. They all exist in your circle of life. They all exist, but they do not rule who you are and who you become. I was in that space. Like I said, I also come from Indian culture, South Indian culture. I'm from Hyderabad. And I have had a love marriage. So which means it comes with additional benefits of, wanting to be accepted in the family or not wanting to be accepted in the family. And now that comes with lots and lots of unnecessary commotions, unnecessary situations, that which probably I have the control, not probably, that which I control of how much I want it to impact me. 2021, we lost my father-in-law. We were in Melbourne, we were in lockdown, we lost my father-in-law back in India. It was absolutely heartbreaking. Absolutely. Losing a loved one is no joke. And it came very suddenly. It was not because of COVID. He underwent a heart surgery. He was recovering, but his other organs failed, and hence we lost him. Extreme stress that I and my family went through. And I think it impacted me more because I used to have that conversation with my father-in-law every single day. Lunch, when we sit for lunch, I have this phone conversation with him for some time, show him what all I made or what my husband made, and then we have our lunch. So when we lost him, it was shock to the entire physical, emotional, and psychological body. And I allowed it to impact me, even though I was in a stage where I know that I can work. Being that physical human in us will have that resistance of wanting to work on it immediately. So it was necessary that I embraced that feelings, that emotions of loss, grieved over it, and then we came through it slowly by working with it and through it. So like that, I know in COVID, we have lost loved ones. We have had health issues. We have had health circumstances. Out of 100 women that I speak to on a weekly basis, 90 of them have health issues post-COVID. What now? Are we ready to take charge? Are we ready to take control of our health? Or are we still in a place where we will say that, external factors matters, and if my mother-in-law allows me to cook in the morning, I will get up and cook this and make this, and then I will be able to work out. Or if my husband supports me in my household chores, it is easy for me to do. Or if my kids listen to me, then only I can take time for myself. Really? How about again doing a reality check? We are awake for say 16 hours in a day. Say 16 plus 8 is 24, right? My mathematics, yes, it is 24. So we are awake for 16 hours in a day. Let's assume 8 hours. No, I don't think any of us sleep more than 8 hours. Or even if you sleep 14 hours, we are awake in a day. 14 to 16 hours, we are awake in a day. In that 14 to 16 hours, are we telling ourselves that we do not have, say, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, or 1 hour we do not have for ourselves? But if we do a reality check, we have the same time, probably to invest in something that is not required for the best of our current health. Give it a thought. It's about evoking those thoughts in you to let you know that where you are investing your time. Very easy for us to say that, it's a complete house responsibility is on me. Yes, I understand. My husband or my partner doesn't help at all. Absolutely, I understand. But don't you still think that you could take 15 minutes, 30 minutes, or even 1 hour for yourself? How many of us scroll through this beautiful thing as we get up first thing in the morning, as we sleep in the night, and as we get up first thing in the morning, our life revolves in and round, waking up with scrolling through WhatsApp, Insta Reels, Facebook, etc. And our life sleeps with scrolling through them. Let me know you agree or you think, no, Purnima, we are not at all like that. We are absolutely into the space of, I get up, I do my things in the morning, I take time for myself. I get more than 1 hour. I get more than 1 hour. Excellent, excellent, excellent. I would love to hear, I'm just going to sip some water. Happy for you girls to sip some water, but I would love to hear what your thoughts are. Yes, most of the time wasted over phone. Yes, I mean, wasted is a beautiful word. Yeah, most of the time spent on the phone. Agree, agree. Cool, beautiful. All righty. So this is, so today's session is about, how we tell ourselves this amazing, nice, you take your time too, beautiful, Satya, love that. If you as a woman or men also take time for yourself, I truly appreciate. I binge watch movies. I can understand, Preeti, totally understand. And thank you for sharing. It really takes effort, or it really takes guts to be able to put it in the forum. So thank you so much for sharing, Preeti. Yes, I take my time too. Lovely. All righty. So up until now, what we have spoken, take shortcut to dopamine hits using social media. That's a lovely statement. Yes, that's something else also that I would love to touch upon, where, we get into this real life, real life of Insta Reels, Facebook Reels, and other real life of movies, serials, etc., and totally disassociate ourselves from real life. That real life which exists in you, which is to you, through you. Beautiful, beautiful. Now, like I said, several situations, it's up to us. Absolutely. All right. Beautiful. So now that we know, so yesterday when we worked through the journey, we worked through understanding with that little girl by having that conversation on what is the root cause for our health symptom. Today, I have kind of provoked you to think through, to go back to that time when you actually had that issue identified, whatever that issue is. And I'm not literally quote unquote putting it into one particular or 10 particular symptoms. It can be anything. You wake up in the morning, you look at yourself in the mirror, and you do not feel good about yourself, your health, your state of being. There is something that needs to be worked upon. So please do not think it is categorically for only thyroid, PCOD, PCOS, diabetes, depression, anxiety, sugar, whatever, bloating, acidity, you name it, ankylosing spondylitis, fatigue, everything. So as simple as you wake up in the morning, you look at yourself in the mirror, and you do not tell yourself, wow, this is a beautiful day, I love it, wholly in my physical, psychological, and in my spiritual presence. If you are not looking at yourself in that way every single day, not 1 day, 2 days, every single day, then there is some work that needs to be done. Now, so as we have learned to identify, and as I have provoked you through that thought of identifying what is that moment when you were first diagnosed with any issue that you are currently going through, through the journey of consciousness that we are going to do now, I'm going to introduce a process called RARE. It's called RARE. And what it is, you might now want to take this time to really focus and understand, because this is something we will do as part of today's journey of consciousness. And this is something I want you to do, make notes of if you feel like, or listen to it at a later replay and still make notes of, because this is something you will be using as part of your existence. Humiliation, I feel is the cause of the problems. Rupali, thank you so much for sharing, and we will get there with the journey of consciousness, darling. So Now, with the rare that I said, R-A-R-E, what does it stand for? R is recognize. A is acknowledge. R, the third alphabet R is reframe or reinvent. And E is embody. They just lost it for a fraction of a second. So recognize, acknowledge, reframe or reinvent and embody. It's a methodology, it's a modality that is created for us to work through, and that which I use in my coaching, in my programs with my clients. And I've also shared a good number of reels or posts and blogs on these. So this is something that I would love for you to use in your life. So what does it actually mean? I'm going to give a short, brief discussion, short, brief talk about it, and then we get into the journey of consciousness. So the first R is recognizing, which is what I said I did in 2019-20, when I went back to 2015 and recognized the actual reason for my thyroid being diagnosed. So that is when I recognized that, it is that HR case and the PMP studies that I was doing and the house painting also that was going through at that point in time. So I recognized the reasons that has actually provoked my endocrinal system, or the reason for my thyroid levels being high. Now, to acknowledge, I acknowledge. It's as simple as already, okay, I recognize that these are the reasons, I acknowledge it. It's very important that we acknowledge any symptom that we identify. Most of the times we refrain from acknowledging. We are like, no, I don't want this. But no, it's essential that we acknowledge it. Everyone commenting on our weight is adding to stress. We will get there, Soumya. So acknowledge. The third one is reframe. We will reframe it in a way that works for your best potential. Now, this can be recognizing that these were the reasons, and then acknowledging that, yes, this is why I got thyroid, and I acknowledge it, and then reframe it. Reframing is about, now what is it that I want to do with it? Do I still want to hold those emotional knots and blocks, or am I ready to release it? So it's about reframing that I am now ready to release the emotional knots and blocks that came along with my HR case during 2015, and I am ready to release it. And then the fourth is embodying the new me. As I release it, and there is a process that we will use to release. Today's process would be about allowing it to fly in the balloon. So as we release it, there is a new me that is formed. There is a new you that gets formed, and we embrace that new you. So now let's get into this journey that will allow you to further, dive into what it is that you will do through the journey. And like I said, you can feel free to listen to the recording again and make notes of it and incorporate in your day-to-day life. All righty. So as I said yesterday, feet on the floor. We know what to do, right? We did yesterday. So feet on the floor, palms facing the ceiling, eyes gently or subtly closed. We want to bring the energy back into us. That energy which probably is segregated between family, children, pets, grocery shopping, or somewhere else. So wherever your energy is now scattered, segregated, bring it in your body to your midline. And your midline is your spine. Collect them as though you're collecting pebbles and then putting it back into one place. Or you can even visualize or imagine as though you're sucking through a straw and putting it in your midline. Take a couple of deep breaths in and deep breath out to settle down. Yesterday, we worked on identifying that root cause which exists in our physical, emotional, and psychological body. With our understanding and learning of, we project who we are and we attract and magnetize what we project. Here is an opportunity for you to project today what you want for the rest of your being in this universe. And the way we do it is to bring back that thought, bring back that root cause that we identified yesterday with the help of our inner child, and hold it in between your eyebrows. I want you to quickly check how you're doing with your otherwise thoughts that is running in your mind. Do we still see chatter, hear chatter, thoughts running around, deviating? Or have we been able to align our energy in midline and clear our thoughts? If the thoughts still surround, put it in that envelope again that you used yesterday that is to the right of your brain and seal it with love. You're now more settled in. You're now more comfortable with my cues, with what I ask you to do. Holding that thought, that root cause, I invite you today to go back to that time in your life of when that initial root cause was diagnosed. And as you walk back in your life, it can be 1 month, 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, or 10 years, doesn't matter. As you walk back there, are you able to identify what would have caused or triggered the root cause that exists in your body? Was it a family stress that you went through? Was it a work-related stress that you went through? Was it something to do with your personal life? Or is it as early as when you were in your teen days and then something triggered which has manifested itself into an energetic knot and block? Take your time, dive there, walk through, and as you walk through, feel the energy that you have. Embrace who you are now and then, and go back yet, if you have not reached, to find out what is it. And if you have identified the trigger, that which has allowed your root cause to be formed as an energetic knot and block, I want you to hold it again, but in the center of your chest now, as we work through the rare modality. Remember, we have recognized the trigger, we have recognized the reason behind the energetic knot and block. Can we now take a minute or a couple of seconds to acknowledge and probably to thank, because you're now in a place where you know why you are struggling with the health circumstance that you have. And if you have not been able to identify, be rest assured that you will be given your answer. As you thank yourself and acknowledge, we will now work on reframing, reinventing, or releasing this. And the way we want to do it is mentally, as you hold it in between your chest, visualize yourself writing this on a piece of paper. And walking towards the left of your chest where your heart is. As you walk there, you find a green balloon lying over there. This balloon is deflated. You will pick that balloon from there, inflate it, fold this piece of paper, put it into the balloon, knot the balloon, and hold it with your hands. And as you hold it and look at it for one last time, express your deep gratitude before you release it into thin air. As you leave the balloon, see it flying into air, farther from you, further, farther, and it disappears. The person that you now see is your new you, one who has embodied the new version by releasing the energetic knot and block. Embrace this new you. Give yourself a loving, warm, nice hug. Thank yourself for doing this. Come back to the center of your chest. Come back from there to the center of your eyebrows. Feel the new energy flowing through you. Get into Mother Earth from your eyebrows through your body, thighs, knees, feet, asking her to anchor this new you. And maybe pronounce your name, saying, I am Purnima, and anchor it with Mother Earth. As you have anchored and have embodied the new you, have this quantum mantra and state, I recognized, acknowledged, released, and embodied the new me, that which will serve me for my greatest potential. Repeat it if you would want to feel it. Come back to the center of your eyebrows, to the physical body. Take a couple of deep breaths in and release through your mouth. Shake your body a little. Open your eyes when you're ready. Beautiful. How did we go? If you would love to share, I'm happy to hear how you went, if you were guided with the reason behind your root cause, the time. I see absolute silence. Feeling light, that's beautiful. All righty, as we come back to this physical world, as we come back over here to the physical world, once we feel more settled in, I'm happy to hear what your thoughts are. This is amazing, peaceful. Was getting distracted every now and then. There's some work to do, Soumya, darling. So yep, that's all right. That's all right. My fever is getting reduced. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know you had fever, but I'm so glad that it is coming down. This is amazing. Felt warmth. Beautiful from Facebook. Also, I could see beautiful comments. Okay, I'm now going to invite one more amazing girl, a lady whom I'm currently working with, who is in 6 weeks of her journey, the 87 days transformation. Lalita, if you could kindly unmute yourself. We will have a quick 5-minute conversation, and then, I'll open up the doors to my 87 days program, that which other women would lovingly be welcomed into. So I'm going to see how are you today, Lalita?
I'm doing good, thank you. How are you?
Good. Beautiful. I love to multi-pin. What does this mean? Oh, no. Okay. Anyway, I seem to have totally lost where you are.
I joined through the Zoom call, if that helps.
Yes, hold on. That's all right. Yeah, I think, this is fine. This is a lot better. So let me, yes, you are here, but I have replace pin, spotlight for everyone. This is nice. Okay, continue. Let me see. Yes, all good. So Lalita, thank you so much for offering to be present here, and for offering to share your journey, your thoughts with other amazing women. So on a quick nutshell, would you love sharing what it was, what your life looked like, before getting into the 87 days program, and what your life looks like now? Both tangible and intangible benefits that you would lovingly want to share.
Yeah, definitely. So the idea behind joining the program mainly was a weight reduction, but like the realization that happened during the program for me was it is not just weight that is the problem, and like the discussion that you had today, it's mainly because of the stress. I was moving to Australia, having young kids, and then looking for work. I started doing a course. I looking for work. So all these unknowingly had added stress upon me, and there was a lot of weight gain for me. And I have a very bad migraine problem. Very bad, as in
you had.
I had, yeah. Oh, did I say have? I'm so sorry about that. So it was so severe that a few months back, before joining the program, in fact, actually, just before the program commenced, the month before, I couldn't get up from the bed for like 2 solid days. It was that bad. I mean, that was never there from past. It was like once in 4 years that happened to me. The program was like, what I can clearly say is that I never realized how that healed for me, but it healed. I think I reduced almost up to 7 kgs
In 6
doing
weeks, right?
in 6 weeks, that's right.
Yes.
Yeah, currently the 7th week is going on. Yes.
Yeah.
So, and that maybe that gave me confidence, or the meditative practices for sure have helped me. I remember that there was in the 2nd week or 3rd week that I was having a severe headache, and you asked me to do just breathing exercises. And when we had a chat, this was that, and you anticipated that I would get a headache, and the same thing happened because of the diet pattern I was following in, just because it was something different from what I did earlier. So, and the breathing miraculously helped my headache. And apart from that, what I see is daily chores, simple things that I used to struggle. That was a big trigger for me to start the program itself. Because the daily chores only I was struggling to do. It's very inactive. I was feeling very inactive, and running in the station for the train, I used to realize that I'm panting so much, and that felt very bad because that was not the case before. And just for from this 6 weeks, I could see the transformation where recently I had a case where I had to run in the train station. That felt, I did pant a bit, but yes, it was way better. And for me, I have monthly schedules of cleaning, deep cleaning of the house and things like that. That used to be very stressful for me. I didn't realize it was so effortless, but that happened really effortlessly. And overall, health-wise, I'm very, very happy with the progress that's happening with me. Beautiful. And very looking forward to the few weeks that, and the advantages. I just can't stress enough. Yeah.
Excellent. And these are all small things that we might not even notice, when you're running to the station, the breathlessness that you used to feel earlier versus now how you're feeling. And that is because we are so focused again with the tangible benefits, that what is the weight that is dropping? What is the weight that is dropping? But 7 or 8 kgs that you have seen on the weighing scale is amazing too. Versus your migraine, with that which was the main reason why you are into the program. So that has, there you have seen huge shift, especially during your periods. You have this migraine issues, and that is something that has totally gone now. So very well done. Like I told Neha yesterday, very well done. See, I can show the path, I can hold that energetic space and container, but it is you who works through it with the guidance. And if these are all the shifts that you're able to take, still eating your favorite cultural foods, not letting them go off. I think that's the, awesome.
Yes, I want to emphasize on that fact as well, that, I would enjoy, I never thought I would enjoy this much, because there are, certain days where I might, because I'm out at an office event and I don't have the food that is there in the schedule. There are days, maybe 4 days or 5 days, I clearly remember, where I had to just, not follow the diet pattern. But there was a good point that you put up. I think you put up a video about that, not to have a guilt, and because that will lead to stress. And that works so well. Especially after I started the program, I had Diwali also coming up, and I did get tempted to eat a sweet, which didn't harm me in any way, because it was stress-free and it was guilt-free. Yes. So making it a part of life and enjoying it is what I have. It's a very big takeaway for me. Yeah.
Beautiful. Lovely. Thank you so much for sharing, Lalita. Again, today we spoke about those validations, where we seek for validations for everything. And even with these amazing women being over here, it is those validations that about, other women are able to do, which means even I can do. So that's the sort of validation that we always look for. And you sharing, Neha sharing, is all beautiful examples of how things can shift for us when we allow ourselves to be in that zone. So thank you so much. Yes, definitely looking forward for the another 6 weeks or so that I have with you. And we are going to create further miracles within you.
Yeah, hoping it's the same. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lalita. Beautiful conversing with you. All righty. Yep. So now that we have, I saw a statement here, Nishanti, you said I actually feel a little headache after the meditation. That's common. That's common because we are bringing in that energetic shift. We have worked through that modality. So it is common for us to feel a little that way. Just like I said yesterday, have water, which is very important that you have water, stay hydrated. And now that, we kind of bring ourselves to a space where day 1 and day 2 is done, several of you have reached out yesterday asking me how to enroll into the 87 days program. And this is the opportunity that I would like to put forward to you, to lovingly invite you into the 87 days program. And while I do that, I want you to know what is it that we offer through the 87 days program. And if you are called towards it, if you are the best fit to be into it. And that is something that I will be doing by sharing my screen. So bear with me for 1 second while I share my screen. All righty, so you all should be able to see my screen. Shobha, just confirm if you're able to see my screen. Yes, okay, awesome. So now with respect to, I'm going to minimize this so you folks can see it completely over here. So, and with respect to, let me remind who this is for. Now, this is for mom who is a mom or who want to be. 33 to 48 years of age is what I have put over here, but I have several women in my energetic container who are 50 and above. So I do not want to limit it to that, but yes, most of them that I have worked up until now are in between this age group, 33 to 48. Now, if you are below 33 or if you're above 48, it perfectly works for you too. And I would love for you to put yourself in mute. Whoever is not in mute, please mute yourself. Kindly mute yourself because it's distracting other participants. Not sure who. Yeah, okay. So I have muted. Beautiful. That's it. Who has thyroid, PCOD, PCOS, diabetes, who has bloating, who has anxiety, depression, acidity, joint pains, anything. It is for her. Who has been just overweight for a long time and nothing has helped. None of those fat diets have helped. None of those shakes have helped. Not eating right has also helped. Not working out right has also helped. It is for that woman too, who has the trust on herself that yes, nothing has worked, but I want something to work for me. You're perfect. We are having 2 clients of age 30. Okay, beautiful. Sure. Thank you so much, Shobha, for responding. Yeah, eagerly looking to work with root cause. That which we have been speaking since yesterday, identifying the root cause, we dive further deep into it. Not interested in new diets or exercises, but want to work with the root cause. Not looking for superficial change that, okay, 1 month I have dropped 5 kgs and I'm done, but is looking for work from deep within, where to eradicate the root cause, to let go of those thyroid medications, PCOD, PCOS medications, to let go of those joint pains or anything, bloating, acidity, migraine, you name it, you can claim it. Eager to learn. Yes, you have to be open to learn. You cannot come with this closed mind of, I have done everything. What is the new thing that you have to offer? You have to come from the place of wanting to surrender yourself, from the place of, like Neha said, I trusted the process. I was ready. I trusted the process, though she was not really sure what is in offer over there. One who is committed, and commitment is something we all want in life. We cannot start something today and then just let go of tomorrow. That is not something we want to do. Just like we are committed towards brushing, if I can give one example, we want to be committed through the course. One who is disciplined and patient. The reason why I say patient is I have had interactions with women who joined today and then want to see some change tomorrow. Well, you have waited for n number of years and have coped with all these symptoms. So be patient, allow yourself to experience the journey. Now, what is it that we offer through the 87 days program? It starts off with having that clarity challenge, dream health clarity challenge. We go on to doing the goal setting, have your health assessment form filled, that which we will reflect at the end of the program to be able to compare and see the beautiful shifts you have seen, and overcome the terror barrier. We speak about what the terror barrier is, why you are not able to move forward, and what it is that you can do. And then comes the energetic realignment, where it is divine activation of feminine and masculine energy. I spoke a bit about me being very masculine oriented and having that masculine energy and feminine energies. We have both of these energies within us, but where we are dominated is what matters. A person like me earlier, I was more of doing, versus having that feminine energy is more of being, and allowing things to happen. So it's about marrying both of these energies and then seeing the transformation. So understanding what it is, working through it, and activating your feminine and masculine energy, establishing an infinity loop, your shadow, how it is working for you, how it is working against you, and then identifying those aspects. And we have Hema, beautiful. I mean, we will share the link for you to go through. But beautiful, one of those beautiful women who has seen 17 kgs drop in 87 days, and then her sugars had shot up to 220. And after 87 days, her sugars levels are at 85, and she was actually pulled off those sugar medications, metformin that she was taking. The inner child, suppressor or oppressor. We spoke a little bit about that inner child. We will work on further, what are the different development stages? What is that unheard voice, its impact, activating that inner child, healing that inner child because of all the suppressions. Example of one of the media person that I gave you a while ago. Then language of transformational mutation, how that language, what are the different human languages we use and its impact on our well-being, and your awareness of transformational language, etc. There are several things that we do. Again, energetic activation to heal your inner self. There are several journeys of consciousness. You have gone through 2 journeys between yesterday and today. We work on energy release meditation, thyroid activation practice, energetic knot and block release for physical ailments. So any ailments you have, joint pains, body pains, anything, any knots that gets formed in your body has all been released through this practice. What is radical self-love? Why we should have that experience? Sleep transcendental practice for people who have had sleep issues, not being able to sleep at all. And then your brain drain. And again, another example, of Tanuja, who just wanted to be a role model for her own daughter and not really had issues, but was overweight. And when she got into the program, she could play around with food and still not see the weighing scale soar. And in 87 days, she saw 7 kgs drop, but has also learned the nitty-gritties of holistic well-being. And we get into the pre-detox of your mind and soul. So if you're thinking pre-detox puts you in green juices, etc., no, this is more than putting yourself in juice. You actually eat more. I'm sure Lalita, who just spoke, will agree to it, where you're allowed to eat everything from your traditional foods, that which is satisfying your subconsciousness, which we spoke yesterday, versus the misconception that if you are in your pre-detox or detox, then you will have to just go on juices, salads, or greens. And pre-detox is more of understanding why we need it, how it will help you align with the program, how to handle or tackle that, mind-body fight, how to work with that logical and logician and magician part of mind, which I will further explain tomorrow. And then we get into the 3 weeks of hormonal detox. We play the 16-hour game plan with respect to your food. We eat more and still see that weighing scale drop. And that's the beauty of it. So all the misconceptions that you have had until today, where, if you eat, you gain weight, or even if you smell, you gain weight. No, through the program, you always fill yourself so much, or at least my clients have told me that they're so full that they actually reduce the quantity because they are not able to eat beyond that. So the 16-hour game plan is something we get into, and then we work on pattern interrupting, because our body gets used to this beautiful pattern of, okay, now you have been doing this for some time. I'm used to it. What else are you offering? So we work on the pattern interrupter, identify further emotional blocks and with pattern interrupter, and work through journeys of consciousness. And finally, is it finally? Not really. I think your health. Yeah, we work on identifying your game plan. How is your, are you now supported or confused or struggled to take support of inner child? Follow up and follow through reflections that we have. And another amazing client, Usha, who has seen through the 87 days program, who has released 8 kgs and has seen her swelling of feet, which was very common, vanish in 87 days. Yep, and then we have all about the dead metabolism. We so often talk about it, my metabolism is dead. My metabolism doesn't work. What is it that you can do to boost that metabolic rate? How sleep helps in boosting your metabolic rate, and how to swim to your dream health with workout patterns that you want to do, not because someone said it works, not because a Google ad said that you have to do this workout, not because your friend is doing a gym, going to gym and she saw phenomenal results, but because you enjoy doing, and because you have identified as that being one of the major ways you could use to kick that metabolism. And that can be just taking a nature walk, that can be swimming, cycling, anything that you would love to do is something we will work on identifying. And we have more and more such reviews over here from people with the book that I have authored, and that which is on sale on Amazon as well. So beautiful and amazing reviews. And, we do the success celebration, roadmap, etc. Lots and lots of things that we do over here. But what I am asking, itching around my mouth and heavy darkness too, this happened after, it can be worked through too, Soumya. So what I am asking is, see, these are all the things that we do through the 87 days program, where I support you, my team supports you, where we work together to bring those shifts that you have been looking for really, really long time. But are you called for to be able to step into that container? Do you see yourself being there? Or do you think that, this is one more offering or program where probably we have to get into some sort of dietary pattern? Well, at least in the last 2 days that we have spoken, I sincerely hope that I have clarified that question, that what we do over here is beyond just a diet. And you have heard amazing women share their stories too. So if you are someone who is called to step into that energetic container, I'm opening doors to my 87 days program. And it's heart-filling as I say this, that I'm opening it for amazing women. Warrior women is what I call, to step into that container, to embrace that being, to embrace, to be there, and to experience that journey of unleashing your true potential. Now, as I say this, all the thoughts that might revolve around the mind for us generally is, what would the investment look like? What would be the investment look like? Because that is something we are so very concerned, and especially when we have to step into that, when we have to work on ourselves, when we have to invest for us. If we are in a place where we want to get a beautiful piece of jewelry, a nice dress, an amazing sari, or a land or a house, we do not think twice, because we consider that to be investment. Versus when we have to put it on us, to work through our body, our physical, mental, emotional, and psychological body, these are the thoughts that would definitely come. And that said, I would invite you to have a look at the container that my team would be sharing. And while she does that, while she shares that, I'm going to quickly share my screen again to show you what it actually is. So this entire thing again talks about, what the program is all about, how we do, etc. And all that we were offering up until now was for different from a different energetic container. This is a brand new one that I'm going to do in this energetic container. And up until now, the investment, if you would like to call it in that way, the investment for it was 2897 Australian dollars, or 514.61 Indian rupees. This was the investment earlier, but as if I have to put it in a way, as my way of expressing gratitude to my culture, to my community, to the place where I was born, I have lived, etc. For a very, very short time. We to allow you to step into 2023 in a way where you know that you have control over your health and your well-being. For a very short time, we are offering the program for INR 49,997 or 987 AUD. And like it has been mentioned over here, only for this 1 week, especially to support women as an offer for early 2023 enrollment, and because I want to give back to each of those women who I know need that support. So this is what the current investment for the 87 days program is about. And what is it that you will get is something that I have told. And there is a huge bonus that we are giving away. And that huge bonus is about you enroll today, you get another 87 days absolutely free. So when you read through the page, when you read through the energetic container that she will be sharing, Shobha will be sharing, you will read through it, take some time and read through it. You will see that the entire investment that you are making is for 87 days plus 87 days as free. So 6 months you would be in my energetic container and zone with other amazing women, uplifting each other, raising the bar, raising for yourself, trusting, and then achieving your version of dream health, no matter what it is. Now, what are the guaranteed benefits? Several women, any and every woman that has worked with me has had reversed every symptom that she has had. Now, like I said, I can be that guide. I can guide you through the process, or I can show you the path, and it is you who will have to step up and be able to receive. So Shobha, please feel free to put the link for the page, investment page. And also, as this is about the 87 days program, what we are offering, and I lovingly invite you in that container. Yes, we have to pay. So Gayatri, if you're from India, darling, yes, that is what you have to pay. The link will be sent and you can read through it completely. Go through it in detail because it has amazing details of what is being covered, everything that I have spoken now, but in detail. Go through it in detail and then make the choice. If you feel called, if you would want to step in, if you have that burning desire to come out of the present medications that you are taking. Be it your thyroid, you can go off the medication. Be it your diabetes, you can go off the medication. Be it anything for that matter, today you can go off it. So if you feel called to step into this container, if you see that you would want to work in this way, rather than work about trying all other ways that you have done, be it your, diets that you have tried, exercises you have done, cool sculpting, or anything and everything that you have done, if this is what you would like to experience through this energetic container and space that I hold, yes, this is the container for you. Step into it. So Priyanka is asking, umbilical hernia can be any, like I said, darling, why all your numbers have an 87 in them? Yes, there is a reason. It takes all my numbers. Okay, I didn't notice this though. So, but yeah, the hormonal reset takes 87 days. But yeah, this is something that you have called out. Probably very intuitive of me, Sneha. Anything and everything can be worked and healed. Anything and everything can be worked and healed. And Ekta Chachra, I see you saying it's too expensive. I would love for you to contemplate on, what you mean by expensive. Are we talking about, it's a beautiful opportunity for you to get into to see. You're looking at your health on one side. What are the symptoms that you're going through today? What is it that you're spending with respect to your medical expenses? and with the investment that we are looking over here for 6 months precisely, which probably comes down to not even 10,000 rupees per month. So you might want to, how do we enroll? Soumya, Shobha will keep posting the link. You can click on it and enroll, darling. So Ekta, this is a beautiful opportunity for you to see, okay, it is 49,997 over here, which is 50,000 in INR or 987 or 1,000 Australian dollars. And we are looking at 6 months of support versus I feel it is expensive. What do I mean? So what are the health symptoms I'm going through? What if I don't step into this container, will I still be the same, or will I be able to reverse it all by myself through the 3 days training that I'm learning, or do I need support? If you see that you are able to take this 3 days training and able to reverse any symptom that you're going through, absolutely wonderful. But if you know that you have tried everything and need that holding, need that energetic space and container, need that person to be able to guide you through, I would love for you to check that and then be able to make an informed decision. Ashwati, you have missed, darling. No worries. You can listen to the replay. We shared the 87 days link. Shobha, we might also want to, I think it would get posted on Facebook too, is what I'm thinking, but please post on Facebook as well over there. So Ashwati, I have opened my doors to the 87 days program, which is so beautiful. How often do we end up communicating in it? Everything is given in the link that Shobha is sharing. How often we connect, what we do, where we connect, all of those details is given over there, dear. So it's a fortnightly Zoom call that we do. And there are beautiful bonuses. Say you step in today, you get to work with me one-on-one in one session. To identify that energetic knot and block that which is stopping you from achieving your dream health. Otherwise, we connect on a fortnightly basis, have those questions answered on a weekly basis, work through the entire program, and see that transformed version or that true version of who you are. I would also encourage that, in case you read through and you are double mind of, can I actually step into, strongly encourage you to book in that 15-minute clarity call with me. Again, Shobha, can you please post just the link to the clarity call over here? So you can get into that 15-minute clarity call with me, check if this is the right opportunity for you before you step into it. And if you have doubts, if you're confident, you know it, very well and good. But if you have doubt, check with me if that is something you would want to be answered, and then you can step into this energetic container. Apart from that, we will also share workbook for day 2. And tomorrow I would be talking about the gateway to your dream health. Gateway to your dream health is what I would be speaking, where I will be giving you practical tips of what you can do with respect to your present health circumstances and how you can open that gateway. So yes, here we are completing day 2, and I'm opening the doors to my heart, doors to the group program that I'm doing in the energetic realignment of hormonal health. And I lovingly welcome each one of you who see it as a right fit for you to step in. That's it from my side. It was beautiful conversing with each of you. Take care. Have a wonderful Saturday, wherever you are, or a wonderful Friday night, whichever part of the world you are from. I'll see you tomorrow, same time. And that would be the end of the training, days and timings. Ekta, if you're Ekta, darling, if you're again asking with respect to the with respect to the 87 days group program, everything will be shared with you. Everything will be shared with you. So please look at that link, and then all of those details will come as you enroll into the program. So that's it from my side. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Tomorrow, we will see tomorrow to open the gateway to your dream health. Love, love, love sharing this energetic space and container with you. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye.